At the beginning of the drama, we see Chan-mi, who is talking to her brother Won-seok on a video call. From their conversation, we find out that they are twins. During the conversation, Won-seok says, "I'll come to meet you in Gunsan on Sunday because I need to tell you something important." Just then, someone comes to Won-seok, so he puts his phone aside. Then we see Won-seok falling from the window, which causes his death, and someone picks up his phone, whose shadow Chan-mi sees on the video call. Then we see a shooting competition scene, in which Chan-mi had participated. She wasn't able to perform well because she couldn't concentrate. She was thinking about that same video call, because after that she couldn't talk to her brother. On the other side, we see Heon, who was working at a bowling alley. After finishing work, he goes to the nursing home where his mom was admitted. There, the receptionist informs him that the management is talking about removing his mom from there because he hasn't paid the bill for a long time. At this, Heon says, "I'll arrange the money soon and pay everything." Then, after meeting his mom, he's returning when he gets a severe headache and collapses unconscious in the middle of the road. Meanwhile, after the shooting competition, Chan-mi goes back to the orphanage where she used to live. Won-seok also used to live there with Chan-mi earlier, but when they turned 8, Won-seok was adopted. Because she couldn't talk to her brother, Chan-mi was very worried, so she comes to Seoul. There, outside Won-seok's school, Chan-mi asks some people about him, and they tell her that he has died. Hearing about Won-seok's death, Chan-mi gets shocked and starts crying loudly. Then, Chan-mi meets Won-seok's adoptive parents. They tell her that Won-seok committed suicide. Then they start bad-mouthing Won-seok, and hearing their words, Chan-mi realizes that they are not at all sad about Won-seok's death. Then she asks them for Won-seok's phone. So Won-seok's mom says, "We didn't find a phone among his things, and the police didn't find any phone either." Then Chan-mi tearfully pleads for the phone, but they scold her and drive her away and leave from there. Then Chan-mi goes to the police station, and there she meets a detective and says to him, "My brother didn't commit suicide. He was coming to meet me." But the detective explains to her that no one plans suicide cases. These things happen suddenly. Chan-mi says, "That day during the video call, I felt like someone else was there too. Someone else picked up the phone and cut the call." To this, the other detective says, "Students come and go in the classroom. Someone must have cut it." Chan-mi says, "If that's the case, then why didn't anyone find his phone?" Then Chan-mi stands up and cries as she says, "My brother could never commit suicide. He was murdered. Please find the killer who killed my brother." On the other side, we see Heon. When he had fainted, he was taken to the hospital, and there, many tests were done on him. To collect the test report, Heon goes to the doctor, where the doctor tells him to bring a guardian with him. At this, Heon says, "I don't have anyone, just my mom who stays in the nursing home." The doctor says, "You're in school, right? Then bring your teacher along." But after that, Heon doesn't go back to the hospital and gets busy with his work. He also receives a message from the hospital about missing the appointment, but he ignores it. Then, Chan-mi is with a friend. Her friend is getting angry at her because Chan-mi is going to shift to Seoul and is taking admission in a school there. Then, while sitting on the train to Seoul, Chan-mi keeps thinking that she has to find her brother's killer at any cost. On the other side, Heon is boxing in a boxing ring. He starts hitting his opponent so much that people have to come and stop him. His coach offers him to become his player, but he refuses, saying, "Right now, I need to focus on my studies." Then, that night when Heon had fainted, someone stole his scooter. He checks and sees his scooter being put up for sale in a secondhand market. Since it has dents and scratches, he immediately sets off to get his scooter back. Meanwhile, Chan-mi goes there and is about to leave after buying that same scooter when Heon arrives and starts asking her for his scooter. Hearing this feels strange to Chan-mi, so Heon says, "This is my scooter. Someone had stolen it." Then, he also shows her the sticker on his scooter. But Chan-mi says, "I won't return the scooter because I bought it by paying money." Heon says, "You bought a stolen scooter, so you're also a thief," and threatens to call the police. Chan-mi also sticks to her point and refuses to return the scooter. Just then, a truck arrives and starts honking because Heon's bike is parked in the way. He goes to move the bike and says to Chan-mi, "Wait here." But Chan-mi takes advantage of the moment and leaves from there, so Heon chases her. Then Chan-mi reaches a hostel and rents a room there. Those thieves from whom Chan-mi had bought the scooter had installed a tracking device in it so they could steal the scooter again. Those people reach there to take the scooter, just as Heon also arrives there and understands the whole situation. When those thieves see him, they start running. So Heon chases them and starts fighting with them. Just then, one of the thieves hits a flower pot on Heon's head, which causes severe pain in his head, and at the same time, those thieves run away from there. He loses consciousness, and a car is approaching him from behind. The car is about to hit him when Chan-mi arrives and saves him. Chan-mi then says to him, "I bought your scooter by paying money, even if it was stolen, and I also saved your life." So now let's end this matter here. Then Soo Heon agrees, out of compulsion. The next day, Chon-mi goes to school on the scooter. She had taken admission in the same school where her brother used to study so she could find the murderer. Chon-mi is coming from one side, and Soo Heon is coming from the other side. They are about to collide, and while trying to avoid it, Chon-mi loses her balance and falls into the trash. Her clothes get dirty, so Soo Heon helps her. He pours water on her, which makes Chon-mi's shirt wet. And seeing this, Soo Heon feels a bit awkward, so he takes off his coat and gives it to Chon-mi and walks away. Then, when they both reach school, Chon-mi parks her scooter next to Soo Heon's bike. Then Chon-mi goes inside the school, and some girls notice that she's wearing Soo Heon's jacket. They go and tell a girl named Ji-hyun. Ji-hyun might have been interested in Soo Heon, so she doesn't like hearing this at all. Then Chon-mi enters the class and finds out that Soo Heon is also in the same class. The teacher scolds Soo Heon after seeing him. "Why aren't you wearing the proper uniform?" So Chon-mi takes out his coat from her bag and gives it to him. Everyone in the class gets surprised seeing this and starts teasing them, which makes Ji-hyun even more irritated. Then a boy named Jae-byum enters the school. During a conversation with the principal, it's revealed that due to an incident, he lost his memory and, on the doctor's advice, has come back to repeat the class. The principal asks another boy, Oh-sung, to help him. Here, it seems like Jae-byum belongs to a rich family. When he comes into the class and sits down, a girl with a strange look winks at him, which makes him feel a little awkward. Then Chon-mi leaves the class and imagines her brother walking in the hall. After that, Chon-mi joins the school's shooting team and meets a girl there. Then both of them go to the cafeteria for lunch. From this girl, Chon-mi finds out that Won-seok had a girlfriend named A-jin. Hearing this, Chon-mi remembers that Won-seok once showed her A-jin's photo. Then Chon-mi takes A-jin's number. After leaving the class, she calls A-jin, but Soo Heon answers the call. Seeing this, Chon-mi gets very surprised. Then, while following Soo Heon, she reaches the hospital. There, Soo Heon meets the doctor, and he finds out that he has a brain tumor. Chon-mi secretly listens to all their conversation. Soo Heon gets very sad after hearing this. In the next scene, Chon-mi goes to the classroom from where her brother fell and died. She starts imagining him. Just then, Soo Heon arrives there and tells Chon-mi, "A boy committed suicide by falling from here. I saw him falling, and I was the one who informed the police." Then Soo Heon had come to school after many days, so Chon-mi asks him about it. He says, "Even today I wouldn't have come, but I came because of lunch." Hearing this, Chon-mi gets very surprised and says, "You came to school just to have lunch?" Then Soo Heon takes out a box from his pocket and shows it. Actually, he used to feed a small cat, and he had named it Lunch. Then Chon-mi asks him how he saw Won-seok falling. So Soo Heon takes her outside to a spot and tells her, "I was feeding lunch right here when I saw Won-seok falling." Then both of them go to the cafeteria. There, Soo Heon is joking around with his friends, and at the same time, when Chon-mi sees him, she remembers what the doctor said at the hospital, that Soo Heon has a brain tumor. Then Chon-mi also decides in her heart that she'll always pretend that she doesn't know anything about it. Then in the cafeteria, a girl's tray falls from her hand. That girl was looking at a boy with fear and then runs outside. Chon-mi sees all this and gets surprised. Then Chon-mi's friend tells her that the boy's name is Nam-hak and the girl's name is Min. Nam-hak used to work in the photography club with Min, and Min was his junior. Nam-hak had forced himself on her, but at that time the police didn't find any evidence, so the matter was closed right there. Then, in the next scene, we see that Nam-hak's friends say to him, "Won-seok is dead, so now you'll be the school's boss." They talk nonsense about Won-seok. Nam-hak says, "I feel bad that he died. If he was alive, I would have beaten him up more." Chon-mi is also in the same classroom, and after hearing all this about her brother, she can't stay quiet. So she says to him, "Aren't you ashamed? You're talking like this about a dead person?" At this, Nam-hak laughs and says, "It's my mouth, I'll say whatever I want." Chon-mi scolds him a bit more, so Nam-hak gets angry and is about to hit her. Just then, Jae-byum comes and stops him and says, "She's right, you shouldn't say bad things about a dead person." At this, Nam-hak misbehaves with Jae-byum too. Just then, Oh-sung arrives and threatens Nam-hak in the name of the principal. Then Nam-hak stops and leaves from there. On the other hand, Soo Heon goes to meet his doctor. The doctor gives him medicine and says, right now it's important to stop the tumor from growing using medicine. Meanwhile, Chon-mi is busy in shooting practice when the principal comes there with Jae-byum. Jae-byum's mom wanted him to watch the shooting practice because she believed it would help Jae-byum recover his memory. The coach calls Chon-mi and says, "From today, you'll be Jae-byum's coach. Try to teach him the basics so he can get a little prepared for shooting." Here, Soo Heon was working at the bowling alley. Then that same weird-look girl Tae-so calls him outside, and with her is Jin, about whom Chan-mi's friend had told her that she was Won Seok's girlfriend. Soo-hyun returns her phone, and it turns out Jin had given Soo-hyun her phone to keep so that her manager wouldn't be able to track her. As soon as Jin checks her phone, she finds many messages from Chan-mi. The messages said that she wanted to talk about Won Seok. Hearing this, Soo-hyun also gets a bit thoughtful, because Chan-mi had also asked him about Won Seok. Meanwhile, Jae-byum gets very tired from training. Just then, Oh-sung arrives. Seeing Jae-byum like that, he says to Chan-mi, a few months ago he had an accident, because of which he had memory loss, and now he has returned to school on the doctor's advice. So, it's not right to make him practice this much. Then, Jae-byum comes to them. Chan-mi asks him, "Did I make you practice too much?" Jae-byum says, "I'm ready to practice even more." Hearing this, Chan-mi gets happy. Then, when Chan-mi returns to the hostel, Soo-hyun is waiting for her there. He asks, "How do you know Won Seok?" So Chan-mi says, "I know him from the shooting club, and I just want to know what exactly happened to him." The next day, in the middle of class, Soo-hyun's head starts hurting badly, so he has to leave the class. When he doesn't return for a long time, Chan-mi goes to check on him. Then she sees a lot of blood outside a washroom and gets scared after seeing it. She starts knocking on the door loudly. Just then, Soo-hyun comes and opens the door. Then it's revealed that the girl who had been sexually assaulted, Min, had cut her wrist. Soo-hyun takes off his shirt, ties it around her wrist, and tries to stop the bleeding. After that, Min is taken to the hospital in an ambulance. In the next scene, the detective asks Soo-hyun and Chan-mi about Min. This is the same detective whom Chan-mi had met earlier. Chan-mi requests the detective not to tell anyone that she is Won Seok's sister. Otherwise, people will distance themselves from her, and she won't be able to find the killer. The detective says to her, "Your brother committed suicide. Accept that." But her words have no effect on Chan-mi. Over at the hospital, Min's life was saved, but her condition was still serious. Then her dad comes to the school and creates a scene, and says, while crying, "Because of you people, my daughter tried to take her life because you brought that boy back to this school who raped my daughter." In the next scene, Jin calls Chan-mi to meet at a place. When Chan-mi goes there to meet her, Jin sends Tae-so with a wig in her place. Chan-mi recognizes that she is not Jin because she had seen Jin's photo earlier. Tae-so says to her, "If you want to meet to ask about Won Seok, then you want to meet the wrong person. You should meet Insomi." Then Chan-mi meets Insomi, who says, "When I found out about Won Seok's death, I was very happy." Insomi says, "Because of him, I had to change my school." From Insomi, Chan-mi finds out that Won Seok was a bully who found out people's secrets and blackmailed them, and many people were happy about his death. Hearing all this, Chan-mi couldn't believe that her brother could do something like this. Then Chan-mi apologizes to Insomi on behalf of Won Seok. On the other hand, Tae-so goes to the hospital with flowers for Min. There, she meets Min's dad. She says to him, "I can understand your situation because I was also bullied once." After that, she goes to meet Soo-hyun and says, "I know you need money for your mom's treatment. If you get Nam Hak expelled from the school, I'll give you money." Tae-so says to Soo-hyun, "Just like you helped me, now help Min too." Here we find out that last year when Tae-so transferred to this school, some girls used to bully her because of her hair. Soo-hyun was also in her class and had seen those girls bullying Tae-so. Then, one day in the bathroom, those girls beat Tae-so very badly, because of which she had to be admitted to the hospital. Soo-hyun also found out about this. Then we see a scene at a bar where those girls were dancing. So Heon goes there and beats them badly and tells them to apologize to Tae-so. The next day, those girls come to the hospital and apologize to Tae-so. Then Tae-so slaps them and tells them to leave. Then Tae-so sees Soo-hyun at the door and realizes that he did all this. Then the flashback ends, and Tae-so says to Soo-hyun, "This time, you have to do this work for money." Then Tae-so tells Soo-hyun to think about it and leaves. In the next scene, Soo-hyun gets a call from the nursing home informing him that his mom has pneumonia. Soo-hyun goes to see his mom and gets sad after seeing her condition. He needs money for her treatment, but he doesn't have any money, because of which he becomes very upset and starts crying. Then he decides to accept Tae-so's offer and goes to Nam Hak. He ties him up and beats him badly. Then he tells him to leave the school. After that, when he's about to leave, he sees Min's photo on the table. Seeing that, it's revealed that Nam Hak was about to blackmail Min. Seeing this, Soo-hyun gets very angry and picks up a hammer and continuously hits Nam Hak on the legs, because of which blood starts coming out of his leg. Then when Soo-hyun comes outside, he meets Chan-mi there. She asks Soo-hyun, "What are you doing here?" Soo-hyun says, I came for a walk and now I'm going back. In the next scene, Chanmi goes to her brother's ashes with flowers. There, she remembers what Insomi had said, that many people were happy after her brother died, and she sadly thinks in her heart, what kind of life were you living? Heon also goes there with flowers for his brother. His brother had died in an accident 3 years ago. Chanmi becomes quiet after seeing him. Then, Heon places the flowers and leaves. After he leaves, Chanmi sees whose ashes Heon had come to visit. Then, Heon comes back because he had forgotten to say something. Then Heon tells Chanmi about his brother. So Chanmi also tells him about Won-seok and requests him, please don't tell anyone that Won-seok is my brother. Chanmi was afraid that if people found out her truth, then they wouldn't tell her the whole truth, and she wanted to know the complete truth. In the next scene, everyone at school finds out that Namhak is leaving the school. Hearing this, all the students become very happy because Namhak is a very disgusting person. When Namhak is leaving the school, he is in a wheelchair. The students are watching him. Then someone says that last night someone beat his legs so badly that they got fractured, and that person threatened Namhak to leave the school. All the students say, what happened to him was good. A rapist should be treated like this. Then those people start calling his attacker a hero. At that moment, Heon and Chanmi also reach the school. Seeing both of them arriving together, Ji-hyun gets upset because she likes Heon. In the next scene, we see a basketball match going on in which Oh-sung and Heon are both playing. Then, seeing Heon, Chanmi remembers that in the story, Insomi told about how Won-seok bullied her. Oh-sung was also there. Here, to stop Heon from playing basketball, Oh-sung pushes him, due to which his head hits the wall and he becomes unconscious. Seeing Heon unconscious, he is taken to the hospital. Ji-hyun, after seeing Heon's condition, starts fighting with Oh-sung, saying, you pushed Heon on purpose. Their fight escalates a lot, so the students come in between and stop them. Then during shooting practice, Chanmi says to Jae-byum, I need a favor. Over here, Heon regains consciousness and sees that Ji-hyun was waiting for him. Then both of them are coming out of the hospital when a girl who is coming inside collides with Ji-hyun. Heon sees that the girl is Tae-so. Then Tae-so shows Min the video of Namhak leaving the school in a wheelchair. After watching this video, Min starts crying with happiness. On the other hand, Detective Jin gets the case of catching the person who attacked Namhak. Here, on Jae-byum's suggestion, Oh-sung comes to meet Chanmi. Chanmi asks him about Insomi and Won-seok. Actually, Insomi had blamed Oh-sung for getting her pregnant, because of which, to save Oh-sung, Won-seok had bullied Insomi. Then Chanmi asks, why did Won-seok fight your fight? Oh-sung says, he was a very good friend of mine. He helped me. After that, Oh-sung leaves from there, but he forgets his phone there. Chanmi runs after him with the phone, but by then he has already left in a taxi. Chanmi chases him on her scooter and reaches his house and rings the bell. Then Ji-hyun comes out. Here we find out that Oh-sung and Ji-hyun are stepbrother and stepsister. But those people had kept this matter hidden from everyone. They didn't want anyone to find out. On the other hand, Min's dad gives money to Tae-so to get Namhak removed from school, and Tae-so takes that money and goes to the place where Heon works, and she puts that money in his locker. The next day when Chanmi reaches school, Oh-sung is waiting for her. He says that Ji-hyun and he are step-siblings. His dad married Ji-hyun's mom 2 years ago, but hasn't made it official yet. He requests Chanmi, please don't tell anyone about me and Ji-hyun. Meanwhile, the detective checks the CCTV footage outside Namhak's house and notices that a girl returning on a scooter had stopped after seeing someone. They suspected that she was the attacker. Then, Detective Jin meets Chanmi and asks her, who did you meet that night? So Chanmi tells her that she met Heon. Then Detective Jin meets Heon and asks him, what were you doing there that night? Heon says, after jogging, I was going to get my bike. But Detective Jin doesn't believe him. In the next scene, Chanmi finds a note in the locker in which someone tells her to meet in the auditorium to reveal a secret. Chanmi goes to meet that person in the auditorium. There, someone hits her hard on the head, due to which she becomes unconscious, and then someone unlocks her phone using her fingerprint. When Chanmi regains consciousness, she is in the hospital and Jae-byum is in front of her. Jae-byum says to her, I saw you going into the auditorium, and when you didn't come out for a long time, I went in to check and found you unconscious there. So I brought you to the hospital. Then Ji-hyun is walking in the school corridor, and everyone is looking at her, gossiping and laughing. Actually, someone had edited one of Ji-hyun's vulgar photos and circulated it. When Ji-hyun sees the photo, she becomes shocked and furious. On the other hand, Chanmi is in a big suite room in the hospital, and she is worried about how she'll pay the bill. Then Jae-byum tells her, this hospital belongs to my family. Hearing this, Chanmi feels a little relaxed. Meanwhile, Ji-hyun, along with many students, reaches the girl who had spread her fake photo. This girl is Chanmi's friend. She shows her phone to Ji-hyun and says, "Chan-mi sent this photo." At that moment, Chan-mi arrives there. Ji-hyun, in anger, slaps Chan-mi. Seeing all this, Chan-mi doesn't understand what's happening. When Ji-hyun raises her hand to hit her again, Soo-heon comes in between and takes Chan-mi away. Everyone is shocked seeing both of them leaving together. Outside, when Chan-mi tries to free her hand and go back inside, Soo-heon stops her. Chan-mi says, "When I haven't done anything, then why should I take the blame? Why let everyone think that I did something like that?" Soo-heon says, "You're not understanding what I'm trying to say. This is just the beginning. Things are going to get even harder for you." Hearing this, Chan-mi becomes silent, but she was still very angry. Then Chan-mi sees the message on her friend's phone that had been sent from her own phone, because on her own phone, the message had already been deleted. Seeing the time of the message, she remembers that she was in the auditorium at that time and someone had hit her on the head. Chan-mi understands that someone must have unlocked her phone using her fingerprint and sent that message. In the next scene, Chan-mi is sitting alone when Jae-byum comes and asks her, "What happened between you and Ji-hyun?" So Chan-mi tells him everything. At this, Jae-byum says, "We can find out who hit you on the head that day and who sent those photos to everyone by checking the CCTV footage of that day." Then Ji-hyun asks Soo-heon, "Why did you save Chan-mi and take her away?" Soo-heon says, "Because she's innocent. She didn't do anything." Hearing this, Ji-hyun feels that Soo-heon is protecting Chan-mi. Meanwhile, Jae-byum takes permission to check the CCTV footage. Upon checking the footage, he finds out that after Chan-mi entered the auditorium that day, a boy wearing white shoes also went inside the auditorium. In the next scene, Ji-hyun's friends tell her, "A rumor is spreading in school that you and Oh-sung live in the same house and are siblings." Hearing this, Ji-hyun thinks Chan-mi must have told everyone because only she knew about it, so she gets even angrier with her. Then Chan-mi is practicing shooting when Jae-byum comes there. She asks him about the CCTV footage. Jae-byum says, "Nothing came up in the footage. After you went into the auditorium, no one else went inside." Hearing this, Chan-mi becomes worried. In the next scene, on Ji-hyun's call, Chan-mi comes to meet her in the parking lot of a building, where Ji-hyun had hired 3 girls to teach Chan-mi a lesson. This building was near Soo-heon's house, and he sees all this from the roof of his house. But by the time he reaches there, Ji-hyun and the girls are leaving after beating Chan-mi. Soo-heon then sees Chan-mi, who was badly injured. Chan-mi then walks away without saying anything to him. Then Soo-heon finds Chan-mi's wallet there. When Chan-mi reaches the hostel, she sees that nude photos of her were posted on the wall there. She quickly starts removing all the photos. Just then, the hostel owner comes there and says to her, "Some people came here a while ago and created a big scene and also put up these photos." The owner then says to Chan-mi, "Vacate the hostel immediately and leave. Because of you, other students are also getting disturbed. That's why you should leave." At that moment, Soo-hyun also arrives there to return her wallet and hears everything the owner says. Chan-mi now has no place to stay, so she becomes worried. Soo-heon tells her to come to his house. Then Soo-heon shows her a photo that Chan-mi had missed. The photo was quite high up, so Soo-heon lifts Chan-mi and she removes the photo. Then, Soo-heon brings Chan-mi to his house. He lives in a small room above the gym. Soo-heon sets up a bed in the gym for himself and tells Chan-mi to sleep in the room. On the other side, we see Oh-sung reading the chat screenshot between Chan-mi and Won-seok on his phone. Then he finds out that Won-seok and Chan-mi are brother and sister. And here, we come to know that Oh-sung was the one who hit Chan-mi on the head in the auditorium and sent those photos. He also took a screenshot of the chat between Won-seok and Chan-mi and sent it to himself. The next day, when Soo-heon comes upstairs ready, Chan-mi has made breakfast for both of them, and then they both have breakfast together. Soo-heon becomes very happy after eating breakfast because he usually didn't eat breakfast. Then, both of them go to school together. Upon reaching school, when Chan-mi opens her locker, she finds a note in which someone again asks her to come to the auditorium. But Chan-mi tears that note. Just then, Ji-hyun arrives there, and upon seeing her, Chan-mi thinks that Ji-hyun placed the note. So she goes to her and says, "I didn't send your nude photo to anyone, nor did I tell anyone about you and Oh-sung. Still, you're after me. Know this, I'm not going to leave this school and go anywhere." In the next scene, Nam-hak comes to school and meets Oh-sung. A deal happens between Oh-sung and him, according to which Oh-sung had to find out about Nam-hak's attacker. Then, Nam-hak starts playing with his friends on the basketball court, so Jae-byum comes and stops them because they were not students of this school. So they get angry and get ready to beat Jae-byum. Soo-heon was also sleeping on that court, and due to the noise, he wakes up. Seeing the situation, he helps Jae-byum and beats up Nam-hak and his friends. Here, Chan-mi again finds a note in her locker in which she is asked to come to the auditorium. So this time, Chan-mi goes to the auditorium where some session is going on. But suddenly, the video of Won-seok's death plays there. After watching the video, Everyone finds out that Won Seok didn't commit suicide, but someone pushed him. Based on the video, the case is reopened. Then Jae Byum meets Oh Sung and asks him, "Why did you do this to Chan-mi?" Hearing this, Oh Sung is shocked and says, "I didn't do anything." Jae Byum then shows him on his phone the photo of the boy with white shoes who went into the auditorium after Chan-mi. Actually, Jae Byum had gifted limited edition shoes to Oh Sung, and that boy was wearing the same shoes, from which Jae Byum figured out that it was Oh Sung who attacked Chan-mi. Jae Byum then asks Oh Sung, "Why did you do this to Chan-mi?" So Oh Sung says, "Chan-mi had become a problem for me. She had found out about me and Ji Hyun being siblings. That's why I wanted her to leave this school." At this, Jae Byum says to him, "This time, I won't tell Chan-mi that you attacked her, but from now on, stay away from her." Then as Jae Byum starts to leave, Oh Sung says to him, "Do you know why Chan-mi transferred to this school? She came here to find Won Seok's killer." Hearing this, Jae Byum's facial expression changes. In the next scene, Detective Jin comes to the school to investigate about Won Seok's case. Chan-mi is in class, so the teacher sends her to meet Detective Jin. When Chan-mi meets her, Detective Jin first says to her, "Sorry that we started your brother's case so late." Then Detective Jin explains to her that she should not investigate by herself. Now the police will investigate this case. Then Soo Heon also goes to the counseling room, where Detective Jin asks him, "Why did you and Won Seok have a fight last semester?" Soo Heon says, "Won Seok himself came and challenged me to a fight. That's why we fought. I had no personal enmity with him." Then Soo Heon comes back home, and Chan-mi comes running and gives him a juice packet. She was very happy because Won Seok's adopted parents had contacted her and told her that she could come and take Won Seok's belongings. Chan-mi asks Soo Heon to come with her, and he agrees. After that, they both reach there, and Won Seok's parents give them his suitcase, which was locked, and they didn't know what was inside. Then those people speak badly about Won Seok, and hearing this, Soo Heon gets angry and says to them, "What kind of parents are you that you don't even know whether your son was murdered or he committed suicide?" Chan-mi quiets him and tells him to leave from there. Then, after coming back, both of them try to guess the suitcase password. Then, Chan-mi enters Won Seok's birth date, and the suitcase opens. Inside, Chan-mi finds photos of both of them, which makes her very happy. There's also a wine bottle inside, so Soo Heon and Chan-mi drink. Then Soo Heon asks, "What are you going to do after 1 year?" So Chan-mi says that she wants to become a soldier. Soo Heon then remembers his illness and goes outside. When Chan-mi comes outside and sees him, he is crying loudly. So Chan-mi hugs him, and Soo Heon starts crying even more. The next day, when Soo Heon reaches school, Chan-mi is waiting for him. Chan-mi had found out that A-jin and he are friends. So Chan-mi says to Soo Heon that he should tell A-jin that she wants to meet her. Then Chan-mi meets A-jin and asks her about Won Seok, whether they were boyfriend and girlfriend. A-jin says, "Won Seok lied. He was never my boyfriend." Hearing this, Chan-mi shows her the photo of her and Won Seok and asks what it meant then. A-jin says, "One time I asked him to pretend to be my fake boyfriend because I wanted to join a talent agency. So he became my fake boyfriend." Then Chan-mi goes to a cafe whose photo Won Seok had sent her. Chan-mi shows Won Seok's photo to the cafe owner, but she doesn't recognize him. A boy working there sees the photo and says, "This is Won Seok." The boy's name is Sejin. He says that now he is in another school, but some time ago he used to study in Won Seok's class and they were close friends. Sejin says that Won Seok was a good person. He doesn't know who killed him. In the next scene, we see that I-jin feels a little unwell, so she goes to the hospital with Tae-so. Before they enter, a boy goes in, and seeing him, the doctor gets scared. He says something after which the doctor starts crying loudly and faints. A-jin recognizes him because he was with her in middle school. This boy's name was June, and he had murdered the doctor's daughter in a very brutal way, but he wasn't sent to jail because he was a minor, and now he had been released from the detention center. On the other side, Jae Byum takes Soo Heon to the racing track. He teaches Soo Heon how to drive. Now both had become friends. Then Tae-so goes to meet the doctor and says to her, "Whoever wronged your daughter will definitely be punished." After that, Tae-so meets Soo Heon and tells him to teach that boy June a lesson. Tae-so says, "If you do this work, you'll get enough money to pay your mom's 6 months bill." You have to beat June so badly that he apologizes to the doctor. In the next scene, we see that Jae Byum is with Oh Sung when Soo Heon arrives. So Jae Byum gives him basketball match tickets, which makes him happy. Seeing all this, Oh Sung gets a little annoyed. Then in class, Jae Byum finds a photo of himself and Won Seok in his book, so he asks Oh Sung who the boy is. Oh Sung, looking at Chan-mi, hides the photo and then tells him, "This is Won Seok." Then Soo Heon comes to meet Tae-so and says to her, I'm ready to do your job. Then he gives his phone to Tae-so so that no one can track his location. Then he goes to Jun's shop, where he was completely alone. Soo-hyun punches him and knocks him unconscious. After that, he ties him up. Soo-hyun beats him and threatens him, and, telling him to apologize to the doctor, leaves from there. The next day, Soo-hyun meets Tae-so and takes his phone. Both were sure that now Jun would definitely go to apologize. But on the other side, someone had murdered Jun at night after Soo-hyun had left. The police were investigating the scene. Meanwhile, when Chan-mi returns from school, Sejun is waiting for her. Sejun shows her the photo of her and Won Seok and says, "I know you're Won Seok's sister." Sejun then says, "I'm the one who put that note in your locker, and I'm the one who played that video in the auditorium. I'm going to the US soon for studies, so before I leave, I want to tell you everything I know." Chan-mi asks him what he knows. So Sejun says that one time he went to school for some work, and there he saw Won Seok talking to someone on a call. For fun, he put the phone on record. Then he heard the sound of someone falling, and when he looked, he saw Won Seok lying on the ground. He got very scared and ran away from there. Chan-mi then asks, "When you had the video, why didn't you tell the police that Won Seok didn't commit suicide? He was murdered." Sejun says he was very disturbed and never even watched that video. Now that he was about to leave this place, he thought he should watch the video once. When he saw the video, he realized that someone had pushed Won Seok, and so that everyone could know this, he played the video in the auditorium so that the police would find Won Seok's killer. Chan-mi asks him who he suspects, and he takes Soo-hyun's name. In the next scene, Detective Jin arrives at the crime spot with her partner. She notices some similarities between the person who attacked Nam-hak and this murder case. Then at school, Chan-mi sees Soo-hyun's white shoes and starts suspecting him because when she asked Sejun who he suspected, he said Soo-hyun's name and also said that after the accident, he saw someone leaving wearing white shoes. Then somehow news spreads in school that Chan-mi is Won Seok's sister. Everyone is shocked to know this. Then Ji-hyun asks Chan-mi, "Why did you hide this secret, that you're Won Seok's sister? Did you want to become a detective yourself?" Ae-jin defends Chan-mi, so Ji-hyun comes forward to hit her. This makes Chan-mi angry, so she pulls Ji-hyun by her hair and beats her up badly. So much that people have to stop her. Seeing Ji-hyun in such a condition, her mom gets very angry and demands that Chan-mi be expelled from school. But the teacher tells Chan-mi to stay at home for a few days so that she can be saved from expulsion. Then Tae-so and I-jin both tell Chan-mi that Won Seok used to be a very good person before. He used to save people from bullies. But then suddenly he changed. He joined the bullies and became a bully himself. And this happened because of Oh-sung. He used to manipulate him. Then Ae-jin tells her, "Once when I was with my secret boyfriend, I heard Oh-sung yelling at Won Seok. He was telling Won Seok to handle Insomi." On the other side, Nam-hak tells the police that the attacker who attacked him smelled of oil and alcohol. The oil smelled like it came from some factory, and the alcohol like it came from a hospital. Then Detective Jin meets Soo-hyun and asks him many questions, but doesn't get any suitable answers from him. Then she notices his shoelaces and asks him about them. Soo-hyun doesn't answer and says, "Is this part of the investigation?" In the next scene, we see Chan-mi practicing at the shooting range when Oh-sung comes and says to her, "I didn't know that you are Won Seok's sister. If I had known, I would have definitely helped you in finding Won Seok's killer." Then Tae-so meets the doctor and asks her if Jun came to apologize. The doctor tells her that Jun has been murdered. Hearing this, Tae-so gets very scared. On the other side, during the investigation, Detective Jin is watching the CCTV footage when suddenly she remembers what Nam-hak had said, that the attacker smelled of oil and alcohol. Detective Jin thinks for a moment and then says, "Oil and alcohol are used to clean the bowling pin." On the other side, Soo-hyun was cleaning the bowling pin. So Tae-so comes to meet him and tells him about Jun's murder. Hearing this, Soo-hyun also gets scared. Soo-hyun says, "I only scared him, didn't kill him." Tae-so says, "We should go to the police and confess everything." But Soo-hyun refuses and says, "I can't go to jail." Then the detectives arrive at the bowling alley, and Soo-hyun had also come back. They get his locker opened and find only books in it. Actually, Soo-hyun had kept the mask and gloves in his boxing club locker. Detective Jin remembers this and heads towards the boxing club. On the way, she calls the other detective and says, "Stop Soo-hyun right there." But by that time, Soo-hyun had already left. Detective Jin and Soo-hyun both rush quickly towards the boxing club. Detective Jin reaches first and opens the locker. Just then, Soo-hyun also arrives there. Seeing this, he gets very scared. When Detective Jin opens the locker, she finds nothing in it. Then she tells Soo-hyun to show her his room. Soo-hyun refuses and instead snaps back saying, "Why don't you do your job properly? You're always after me." On the other side, Chan-mi was going somewhere carrying a bag. She goes to a store and takes another bag out from her bag, puts it into a box and sends that box to her own address. Meanwhile, Heon is thinking about who took his bag. Chan-mi is sitting alone and crying a lot because now she is fully convinced that Heon murdered her brother. On the other side, Oh-sung brings Jae-byum to a stable. That stable belonged to Jae-byum, but he didn't remember anything. Oh-sung tells him, "Earlier, you used to do horse riding here." Oh-sung then also tells him, "You weren't in the hospital for 6 months because of the accident, but you had tried to take your life here at this stable." Then he tells him, "Don't tell anyone that you and Won-seok were friends. Otherwise, the police will come after you both." Hearing this, Jae-byum asks, "Oh-sung, did I kill Won-seok?" In the next scene, Chan-mi is going back to her hometown. She looked very serious, and after reaching there, first she picks up the box that she had sent herself. That bag was Soo-heon's, which Chan-mi had taken. Meanwhile, Soo-heon finds a note in his locker. It was written in it, "If you want your bag back, come to Busan immediately." Soo-heon immediately leaves from there. Chan-mi had called Soo-heon to an abandoned factory. When Soo-heon reaches there, it was very dark. Soo-heon calls Chan-mi there, and the light turns on. Then Chan-mi appears, and Soo-heon says to her, "I didn't kill Won-seok." But Chan-mi doesn't believe him. Chan-mi points a pistol at him. Just then, the light goes out. Chan-mi fires in the dark. Because of the darkness, the bullet hits Soo-heon on his arm. Soo-heon says to Chan-mi, "I didn't kill your brother. It's true that I broke Namhak's leg, but I didn't kill your brother." But Chan-mi doesn't listen to a single word he says and is about to shoot again. So Soo-heon tries to take the pistol from her, and during this, a fight happens between them. In the end, Soo-heon takes the pistol and puts it to his own head and says, "If I killed Won-seok, I'll take my own life right now." But I didn't kill Won-seok. Just then, a call comes on Chan-mi's phone from Won-seok's number. Chan-mi picks up the call and says, "Who are you and how did you get Won-seok's phone?" But then the call gets cut. Chan-mi tries to call again, but the call doesn't connect. In the next scene, we see Jae-byum sitting on a bench and Oh-sung playing basketball nearby. Then Jae-byum remembers that when he had asked Oh-sung the night before, "Did I kill Won-seok?" Oh-sung angrily said to him, "What are you even saying? Why would you kill him?" Hearing this, Jae-byum feels like he's lying, so Oh-sung says, "It's true that you didn't have an accident, but you attempted suicide. Your parents decided to say that it was a car accident, so I also had to lie." Then Jae-byum asks why he attempted suicide, and Oh-sung says, "You jumped from your parents' building. No one knows the reason, because there was no suicide note." Jae-byum asks what exactly was the relationship between him and Won-seok. So Oh-sung says, "I'll show you something. It's at home right now. I'll bring it the next time we meet." Meanwhile, Soo-heon burns his mask, gloves, and all the evidence. Due to the bullet scratch, Soo-heon was in pain, so Chan-mi bandages him. His jacket was also torn, so she gives him her coat too. On the other side, after playing basketball, Oh-sung comes and sits next to Jae-byum. He takes an envelope out from his bag and gives it to Jae-byum and says, "This was yours. A few days before your suicide attempt, you gave this to me to keep and told me never to open it. But after your suicide attempt, when you were unconscious, I opened it." When Jae-byum opens the envelope, there are many photos of him and Won-seok, which look like they were a couple. Oh-sung says, "That's why I told you not to tell anyone about Won-seok." Meanwhile, Chan-mi and Soo-heon talk about the man who called from Won-seok's phone. They feel it's a bit strange why he even called. Chan-mi tells that when she got the call, she could hear some background noises, and she plays that recording for Soo-heon too. On the other side, Jae-byum burns his and Won-seok's photos. Then Soo-heon comes back to Seoul by train. After getting off the train, he gets a severe headache and faints there. Then, for a few days, no one knows where Soo-heon is. So Detective Jin comes searching to the place where he used to park his bike. He wasn't there, and just then, Chan-mi arrives. Detective Jin asks her about Soo-heon and says, "Looks like you two have gotten pretty close." Chan-mi says, "We're just classmates." Detective Jin then tells her not to investigate her brother's case on her own, and also says that she should stay away from Soo-heon. After that, the detective checks the CCTV footage to find Soo-heon. There, they see Chan-mi carrying a bag. The other detective tells Detective Jin that when she was checking Soo-heon's locker, he had arrived a bit late, and at that time he saw Chan-mi leaving in a hurry. Over there, Jae-byum also wasn't able to contact Soo-heon. So to meet him, he comes to his boxing club. Chan-mi also arrives there at the same time. He sees Chan-mi and follows her upstairs. Seeing this, he gets very surprised and thinks, Soo-heon lives here, so what is Chan-mi doing here? He also sees Chan-mi's clothes there. Then he messages Chan-mi and calls her to meet outside, so Chan-mi leaves to meet him. After she leaves, Jae-byum looks at the room and finds out that Chanmi is staying there. Over there, the other detective meets Tae-so and asks about Soo-heon, so Tae-so says, "I don't know," and leaves. Then Oh-sung and Ji-hyun also arrive there, so Ji-hyun gets angry seeing Chanmi's clothes. Then Ji-hyun goes into the room and gets very angry after seeing Chanmi's stuff. Over there, Chanmi was waiting for Jae-byum at a restaurant. Then she receives a message from Jae-byum that says, "Something important came up, so I can't come to meet." On the other hand, Soo-hyun was still in the hospital. The doctor comes and tells him that he is fine now, so he can go home tomorrow. The next day, when Chanmi was going to school, she finds out that the brakes of her scooter have failed, so she doesn't understand what to do. Then, seeing a pile of blankets outside a shop, she deliberately crashes the scooter into it, due to which the scooter finally stops. Then, she takes the scooter to a mechanic and finds out that the brakes were deliberately cut with a knife. Hearing this, Chanmi gets shocked. In the next scene, Chanmi is shouting through the school loudspeaker, "Murderer, where are you hiding? No matter how much you try to kill me, I won't die. I will find you." Chanmi was embracing herself, and all the students were looking at her as if she was crazy. Just then, Tae-so comes and stops her and talks about taking her to the hospital, but Chanmi refuses. Then she comes home and sees all her stuff scattered, and even her uniform was torn. Seeing this, Chanmi becomes very disturbed. In the next scene, we see that Detective Jin comes to the hospital to meet her husband, who is the same doctor treating Seo-heon. At the same time, Seo-heon also comes there to meet the doctor because he was about to go home after that. Seeing Soo-heon there, Detective Jin gets very surprised. Upon talking, they find out that he was in the hospital the whole time. Soo-heon says, "I had turned off my phone because I didn't want my friends to find out about my illness." Then Chanmi had kept some photos in a book which were no longer there. Seeing this, Chanmi gets worried. Then when she comes outside, she meets Soo-heon. Seeing him, Chanmi gets a little emotional and then angrily says to him, "Where were you disappeared for so many days?" Soo-heon then takes Chanmi outside saying, "Let's go chill." But actually, he takes her to her surprise birthday party, which Tae-so and I-jin had organized, because they knew that Chanmi wouldn't celebrate her birthday like this. Chanmi becomes very happy seeing everyone. Then they celebrate the birthday. Then Oh-sung also comes there. At that moment, Chanmi goes to the washroom to wash her face. Oh-sung is talking to the rest of the people there. Just then, his phone rings, and it's the same sound that came from Won-seok's phone when someone called Chanmi from it. Soo-heon notices this. Then he tells this to Chanmi, and she gets very shocked. Chanmi, in anger, goes to hit him, but Soo-heon stops her and says, "If you shoot Oh-sung, you'll get trapped." After Jae-byum had seen the photos of himself and Won-seok, he hadn't gone home. Oh-sung asks him about this. So Jae-byum says, "I'm scared to go home because these days, when I'm alone, strange thoughts come to me. I feel like I've done something that I shouldn't have." To this, Oh-sung says to him, "You lost all your memory because of the injury, and now that the memories are coming back, you're feeling this confusion." Here, from Chanmi's words, it seemed that she wasn't going to tell the police about Oh-sung because she said, "The detectives closed my brother's murder case by declaring it a suicide, and since Oh-sung's dad is in the police, he will save him." Soo-heon then says, "We should check again, because the same ringtone can belong to more than one person." Soo-heon says, "We'll have to find a way to check Oh-sung's call history so that we can match the timing." Over at the police station, in Jun's murder case, Detective Jin shows an evidence. At the body shop, they found a torn receipt which seemed to be of a gym membership. They suspected it might belong to the killer. There was a barcode on the receipt, so the detective went around to find out about it. Another detective finds the shop where the receipt was from, but when Detective Jin asks about it, he hides this information. Then Soo-heon brings Tae-so and A-jin to his side, and they all make a plan together to check Oh-sung's phone. According to the plan, without any reason, Tae-so starts fighting with Oh-sung in the class. So, seeing the chance, A-jin picks up Oh-sung's phone and goes to give it to Soo-heon. Soo-heon takes the phone and goes to the bathroom. There, he checks the phone, and upon checking the call logs, he finds out that it's a new phone, and it didn't have the record from the day Chanmi received the call. Oh-sung's phone had a tracker, and tracking it, he arrives at the washroom. So Soo-heon leaves the phone and quickly hides in another bathroom. Then, when Soo-heon is going from the washroom to the class, Oh-sung sees him. Soo-heon then tells Chanmi, "I didn't find anything in Oh-sung's phone because his phone got stolen a few days ago and that's why he bought a new one." But both of them still suspected Oh-sung. Meanwhile, the other detective meets the police chief and tells him, "The receipt we found at the crime scene is from a study cafe. From the barcode on the receipt and the CCTV of the cafe, it was found that the receipt belongs to Oh-sung." Hearing this, the police chief gets worried and tells him not to tell anyone about it. The next day, the detective says, From Oh Sung's phone location, it was found that he was at the study cafe at the time of the crime. But from the study cafe's recording, it was found that Oh Sung wasn't there at that time. Hearing this, the police chief says, "I'll talk to Oh Sung directly." Then a call comes to the police station from the same study cafe from where that receipt was. Detective Jin picks up the call and finds out that it's something related to the CCTV. She goes and checks the footage, and she sees Oh Sung. When the other detective arrives, she gets very angry at him and shouts, "Why did you hide the evidence?" On the other side, outside Taiso's house, Min's dad meets Taiso and tells her Namhak has started bothering Min again. He requests her to handle the situation again. Then Chan-mi calls and invites Jae-byum and Oh Sung to meet. They come to meet her. So Chan-mi keeps an eye on them from the cafe across the street. She deliberately makes them wait. She messages Soo-hyun and updates him. According to the plan, Soo-hyun goes to Oh Sung's house to study with Ji-hyun. Ji-hyun goes to get ready to impress him. So Soo-hyun, seeing the chance, goes into Oh Sung's room and starts looking through everything. One drawer is locked, so he opens it somehow. There, he finds many photos. Then Ji-hyun makes ramen for Soo-hyun and posts his pictures on social media. She also writes, "I'm making ramen for Soo-hyun." After seeing the post, Oh Sung understands that Soo-hyun is at his house and rushes home. There, seeing Soo-hyun, he starts fighting with him and says, "I know you stole my phone at school and now you've come to check my room." Soo-hyun denies it, but Oh Sung doesn't believe him. He is about to hit Soo-hyun with a vase when Detective Jin arrives. She tells Oh Sung, "Come with me to the police station." Oh Sung resists a little, but the detective arrests him and takes him away. Soo-hyun comes back and tells Chan-mi that he didn't find Won-seok's phone, but instead found some photos. Just then, Soo-hyun gets a call that his mom's health has worsened. Soo-hyun reaches the hospital with Chan-mi. The doctor says she has been put on a ventilator and will now stay on life support. Only a miracle can wake her up. On the other side, Detective Jin asks Oh Sung about Jun's murder. Oh Sung clearly refuses. Then the detective says, "Then how did your receipt end up there?" Oh Sung says, "I don't know." So Detective Jin asks him, "Did you ever give your receipt to Soo-hyun?" He denies it. In the next scene, we see that Oh Sung goes to a deserted place near a trailer. Inside the trailer, Namhak was with his gangster friends. Oh Sung tells Namhak about his investigation and says, "During the questioning, I found out that maybe it was Soo-hyun who broke your leg." Meanwhile, Soo-hyun goes to Tae-so and says to her that he wants to teach another bully a lesson again because he needs money. Tae-so says to him, "Are you crazy? You're still a suspect." But Soo-hyun tells her about his mom and says, "I need money right now." But Tae-so refuses and tells him to leave. Ae-jin then goes alone to Min's dad and says, "I'm ready to do the job." In the next scene, Soo-hyun was slowly moving toward Namhak's trailer. Soo-hyun's mom was on life support and he needed money, so he agreed to teach Namhak a lesson again for Oh Sung's dad. Soo-hyun was heading toward Namhak's trailer when suddenly a car comes and stops there. Soo-hyun steps back and hides. He didn't know that Oh Sung and Namhak had planned together to catch him and had placed cameras everywhere. On camera, seeing the car, Oh Sung tells Namhak to check because until that car stays there, Soo-hyun won't be able to come. In the car, there was a random couple whom Namhak drives away. After that, they wait for Soo-hyun to arrive. Soo-hyun moves quietly toward the trailer. Oh Sung was watching everything on the camera. Then we see a scene from the day before, where Soo-hyun was with his mom in the hospital. Then Ae-jin comes there and says to him, "I've talked to Min's dad. He'll give you a lot of money for that job." Ae-jin also says Taiso doesn't know about this. After that, she's leaving the hospital when Chan-mi arrives there. Seeing Ae-jin there so early, Chan-mi gets a bit confused. Chan-mi had brought So-hyun's bag and uniform because So-hyun had spent the whole night at the hospital. She explains to So-hyun, "You have to take care of your health and live a normal life, only then you'll be able to take care of your mom." Chan-mi then asks about IAG, so he gets a bit defensive and says, "Do I have to report to you every time someone visits me?" Chan-mi doesn't take offense. Soo-hyun then shows her the photos he found in Oh Sung's drawer. When Chan-mi sees the photos, she notices that Oh Sung, Won-seok, Jae-byum, and Sejin were all very close. Now they were sure that Oh Sung was the one who killed Won-seok. On the other hand, Oh Sung also finds out that Soo-hyun took the photos from his drawer, so he says, "Now I can't let you stay alive." Then Oh Sung's dad calls him and explains, "You haven't done anything wrong, so you don't need to be afraid." From both their words, it seemed the killer wanted to frame Oh Sung. That's why Oh Sung's receipt was found at the crime scene. In the next scene, we see Oh Sung meeting Namhak and saying, "We have to catch Soo-hyun somehow. Right now, we don't have any evidence against him, so we have to do something that sends him to jail." Then Oh Sung tells Namhak to bother Min, so that they ask Soo Heon for help again, and this time they'll be ready for him. Oh Sung then meets Soo Heon and asks him to give the photos, but Soo Heon clearly refuses and says, "I don't have any photos." Oh Sung threatens Soo Heon, "As soon as I get the evidence, I won't spare you." Soo Heon also says the same thing because both were thinking of each other as the killer. In the next scene, Chan Mi shows the same photos to Jae Byum and asks him, "If you know anything about this, then tell me." Soo Heon says, "A few days ago, Oh Sung showed me similar photos of me and Won Seok, but I don't remember anything." Chan Mi finds the photos very strange because she felt that Oh Sung and Won Seok were close too. Then in class, Jae Byum asks, "Oh Sung, why didn't you show me all the photos? Why only mine and Won Seok's?" Oh Sung avoids the question, saying, "I'm busy right now. I'll talk later." On the other side, another detective finds a video and shows it to Detective Jin. After watching the video, they find out that there were two attackers. One left the scene, and then another attacker arrived. Detective Jin then asks him, "Where did you get this video from?" So the detective says, "This morning I went to that same shop and there I met a strange man who was taking out his drone from the rooftop. That man was a recent college graduate who used to fly drones around hotels and houses, looking for content to blackmail people. That day too, he was flying his drone, which crashed on the body shop's roof and the suspect's exit got recorded. Then when Chan Mi is alone, Oh Sung is forcefully trying to take her photo. Jae Byum arrives and stops him, but by then Oh Sung had already taken the photos. Then the flashback ends, and Soo Heon is quietly going to kill Nam Hak. On the other side, Soo Heon's mom dies. Soo Heon's phone was off, so the information reaches Chan Mi. She goes downstairs to look for Soo Heon, but he wasn't there. She calls Tae-so and tells her everything. A-jin was staying at Tae-so's house, so Tae-so asked her if she has any idea where Soo Heon might be. A-jin says that she had talked to Min's dad alone, and Soo Heon must have gone to kill Nam Hak. A-jin then also shows Tae-so Oh Sung's live streaming. Seeing this, Tae-so says, "Now Soo Heon will be completely trapped." Chan Mi then calls Jae Byum and tells him everything. Then everyone meets at Tae-so's house, and from there, they go out to search for Soo Heon. Meanwhile, more and more people were watching the live streaming. Then Soo Heon goes inside the trailer and starts attacking Nam Hak. Both start fighting with each other. Just then, Oh Sung arrives there and saves Nam Hak. Then he removes Soo Heon's mask, but it's not Soo Heon. It's Jae Byum. Jae Byum laughs and asks, "Oh Sung, was your live streaming successful?" Hearing this, Oh Sung gets irritated and leaves from there. On the other side, Soo Heon is returning with Chan Mi. He is crying a lot because he has received the news of his mom's death. Then we see a scene from 20 minutes earlier when Soo Heon was going to kill Nam Hak, but Chan Mi and Hae Byum arrive on time and stop him. Then Chan Mi tells Soo Heon about his mom, and they head toward the hospital. In the next scene, we see the funeral hall where Soo Heon's mom's memorial is taking place. Detective Jin also comes there with her husband to pay her respects. After they leave, everyone else in the memorial hall pays their respects to Soo Heon's mom. Won Seok's memorial was also there, so they pay respects to him as well. Then, Oh Sung and Jae Byum meet at school, and Oh Sung says to Jae Byum, "That day you saw Soo Heon near the trailer, right? You came into the van wearing his mask. Why do you want to save Soo Heon?" Jae Byum says, "I didn't want Soo Heon to get caught by you." Oh Sung says, "I've done so much for you. I told you everything you couldn't remember, and now when you're somewhat recovered, you're doing this to me?" Jae Byum says, "You just wanted to manipulate me. That's why you only showed me the photo of me and Won Seok." Oh Sung says, "I just wanted to remind you of that relationship." Then Oh Sung also says, "You betrayed me, but I'll give you a clue. Your family's building, the one you jumped from. Very soon you'll realize my value, and you'll come back to me when you remember what happened in that building." Saying this, Oh Sung leaves from there. On the other side, Chan Mi and Soo Heon are sitting on a bench. To lighten Soo Heon's mood, Chan Mi tells him childhood stories of Won Seok. From there, both of them go to a restaurant. There, Chan Mi remembers, Won Seok had sent her a photo from some restaurant and said that he was on a date. Now A-jin wasn't his girlfriend, so he must have been dating one of the three boys. And now only Oh Sung could answer that, because Jae Byum didn't remember anything, and Sejin had gone to the US, so they weren't able to contact him. The next day at school, Oh Sung says to Soo Heon, "Now no one can stop you from going to jail." Soo Heon first ignores him, but then Oh Sung provokes him more. So Soo Heon starts hitting him, and then both get into a fight. During the fight, Soo Heon gets hit on the head and faints right there. He is then taken to the nearby hospital, but Chan Mi stops them and says that Soo Heon has a brain tumor, so he must be taken to his own doctor. Everyone is shocked to hear about Soo Heon's brain tumor. Meanwhile, Oh Sung says to Jae Byum that he never committed suicide. Won Seok had pushed him. Jae Byum says, "How do you know that?" So Oh Sung says, "I saw it with my own eyes." Jae Byum says, "Then why didn't you tell the police?" To this, Oh Sung says, Won Seok knew about my weakness. Chan-mi hears their conversation and becomes very worried that Won Seok tried to kill Jae-byom. Chan-mi doesn't understand what she should do now. In the next scene, when Soo-heon returns from the hospital, he finds a note from Chan-mi in which it's written that she is leaving from here. Won Seok tried to kill Jae-byom, so now she can't do anything for him. Seeing this, Soo-heon becomes very sad. Then Soo-heon feels that Oh Sung lied to Jae-byom that Won Seok tried to kill him, so he goes to talk to Oh Sung. Nam-hak is also there. First, he hits Nam-hak. After that, he asks Oh Sung, why did you lie to Jae-byom that Won Seok pushed him? Soo-heon asks him the truth, but Oh Sung doesn't tell him anything, so he beats him up a lot. Then he hears the sound of a police siren, so he stops. On the other side, Chan-mi is sitting alone somewhere. Just then, she gets a notification on her phone of old photos. When she looks at them, she finds out that the day Jae-byom fell from the building, Won Seok was with him, and Chan-mi had the photos from that day too. Seeing this, Chan-mi is shocked. Meanwhile, after hitting Oh Sung, Soo-heon comes out of the trailer, and Nam-hak tries to attack him, but Soo-heon saves himself. Soo-heon then, in anger, is about to hit Nam-hak, but just then, Jae-byom comes and stops him. Then Jae-byom goes inside the trailer and says to Oh Sung, you said that you saw Won Seok pushing me, and you didn't tell the police because Won Seok knew about your weakness. So what was that weakness? Oh Sung does not answer this. In the next scene, Chan-mi calls Soo-heon and Jae-byom and asks them to meet. She shows them the photo and tells them that the day Jae-byom fell from the building, that day Won Seok was with him in Busan. So in any condition, he couldn't have pushed Jae-byom. Soo-heon already had a feeling that Oh Sung was lying, but Jae-byom feels bad knowing that Oh Sung told such a big lie. Then Soo-heon, getting a little angry with Chan-mi, says, why did you leave before finding out the complete truth? Chan-mi says sorry and says, I won't do this again. Then, the three of them are unable to understand why Oh Sung was putting the blame on Won Seok. On the other side, seeing Oh Sung's condition, his dad gets very angry and says, these days, what kind of trouble are you getting into? He asks him, who is responsible for your condition? Oh Sung, taking Nam-hak's name, says, we had a fight. His condition is also just like mine. Then his dad asks seriously, do you have any hand in the body shop murder and Won Seok's murder? Oh Sung refuses and says, I didn't do anything. Soo-heon murdered everyone. The police should catch him. Meanwhile, Soo-heon and Chan-mi are returning home together. While talking, they start holding each other's hands. Here, we find out that both of them have started to like each other. Near the house, Chan-mi goes into a store where she had kept her bag, and Soo-heon waits for her outside. Right there, Nam-hak, along with his thug friends, is keeping an eye on him. Finding the chance, they make Soo-heon unconscious, put him in the van, and start to leave from there. Just then, Chan-mi comes out of the store and sees them doing this. She tries to stop them, so they threaten her. If you tell the police, we'll kill Soo-heon. Then Chan-mi doesn't understand what she should do, so she calls Jae-byom and tells him everything. Jae-byom says, if by tomorrow we can't find Soo-heon, then we'll inform the police. In the next scene, we see that Jae-byom remembers the memory of his fall and recalls that it was Oh Sung who pushed him from the building. Jae-byom then calls Chan-mi and says, I remembered who pushed me from the building. It was Oh Sung who pushed me from the building. The next day, Oh Sung is taking a taxi to go somewhere when two people casually talk to him and place a tracker in his bag. Oh Sung then goes straight to the same building where they had kept Soo-heon locked up. Over there, the people who had placed the tracker in Oh Sung's bag were also going towards that same building. Meanwhile, Chan-mi goes to the police station and tells the detective that some time ago she received a call from Won Seok's phone. The detectives then talk among themselves, saying, the one who committed the body shop murder was left-handed. Hearing this, Chan-mi thinks to herself that maybe now the police won't suspect Soo-heon because he is right-handed. Then Detective Jin says to Chan-mi, maybe because Won Seok's number got deactivated, it has now been given to someone else. But still, they say they'll investigate. Then Chan-mi says, that call was made by Oh Sung, and I strongly suspect that he also murdered Won Seok. On the other side, Oh Sung tries to beat the answers out of Soo-heon. He asks, you were the one who broke Nam-hak's leg, right? Soo-heon says yes, but regarding Won Seok's murder, Soo-heon denies it. Then, to scare Soo-heon, he starts cutting his fingers, but just then those people arrive and save Soo-heon. Here, we find out that Jae-byom had sent them. Then Jae-byom enters and grabs Oh Sung by the neck and says, why did you lie? But he doesn't give any answer. While coming out, the man asks Jae-byom to sign for the payment. Heon notices that Jae Byum is using his left hand to sign and that he signs the name Jae Jun instead of Jae Byum. The man points this out, so Jae Byum corrects his name and this time uses his right hand to sign. In the next scene, we see that the detective finds out that Won Seok's number was still active. It was never canceled, and the account balance was being paid through a church. The detective also says, right now the phone is off, but when the call was made, it was made from a ground. Then Detective Jin tells the other detective to check the footage from that ground. Meanwhile, Chan-mi meets Tae-so and tells her everything. Then Tae-so also tells her, the police have a video where I was meeting Min's dad. Tae-so says now the police suspect that she became the broker between Min's dad and Soo-hyun. If the police find any proof of this, then Soo-hyun will go to jail. So Tae-so says, I will go underground, drop out of school, dye my hair, and disappear. On the other side, Oh-sung comes to the police station and meets his dad and says that in the coming days old cases will come out, many secrets will be revealed, and many things will come to light. But whatever happens, it will only be because he loved Ji-hyun, still loves her. Not sibling love, but romantic. Hearing this, his dad gets shocked and shouts, saying, even thinking like this is wrong. Even if Ji-hyun is not your biological sister, she is still your sister, and thinking like this is wrong. Then he asks, what case will come out? So Oh-sung says, Won Seok's murder case. On the other side, Ji-hyun is going somewhere when Jae Byum comes there and offers her to come with him. So Ji-hyun happily agrees to go with him. Jae Byum takes her to a deserted place. When Ji-hyun starts to leave, Jae Byum says, I know that Oh-sung loves you, and I also know that you both kissed. Hearing this, Ji-hyun stops right there. Meanwhile, Chan-mi says to Soo-hyun that she found out from the police station that the killer might be left-handed. Hearing this, Soo-hyun tells her that something very strange happened today. He says, Jae Byum first signed with his left hand and also wrote his name wrong. Then, when that man pointed it out, he changed his hand and corrected his name too. Hearing this, Chan-mi remembers that once Jae Byum had told her that he had a twin brother who had died. On the other side, Oh-sung arrives to meet Jae Byum upon his call. Jae Byum asks him, why did you push me? Oh-sung says, I wasn't trying to kill you, I was just very angry. Now Jae Byum remembers everything. He himself starts telling what happened that day. Actually, Oh-sung had forcefully kissed Ji-hyun. Ji-hyun didn't know at that time that Oh-sung had also recorded her video. That video was seen by Jae Byum. Jae Byum knew that Oh-sung used to blackmail Won Seok. Jae Byum told him about the video and asked him to leave Won Seok alone. Irritated by this, Oh-sung pushed him from the building. Hearing this, Ji-hyun slaps Oh-sung in anger and walks away from there. Then Jae Byum asks Oh-sung, how did you know that there's another person inside me? Oh-sung says, your mom told me. From their conversation, it seemed that after the accident, Jae Byum had lost his memory, and Oh-sung had completely convinced him that Won Seok had pushed him. Maybe that's why Jae Byum pushed Won Seok. Meanwhile, Chan-mi and Soo-hyun again watch the video of Won Seok's fall, and they find out that the killer pushed him with his left foot. Then Oh-sung goes to a restaurant with Jae Byum. Under the excuse of giving him a treat, he hints that he has some videos related to Won Seok's case on his phone. When Oh-sung goes to place a plate, he sees that Jae Byum takes his phone and leaves. But when Jae Byum returns, he acts like his phone was stolen. So Jae Byum also joins his act and starts searching for the phone. Then Jae Byum comes home, and Oh-sung also comes with him. He says to Jae Byum, I can't go home because Namhak must be waiting for me there. Meanwhile, Chan-mi and Soo-hyun take a phone similar to Won Seok's. Then Chan-mi sends Jae Byum a photo of the phone from an unknown number and writes, I have Won Seok's phone, now you've been caught. Oh-sung notices that after reading the message, Jae Byum switches his hand. First he was using his right hand, then he starts using his left hand. Seeing this, Oh-sung makes an excuse and leaves. As soon as Oh-sung leaves, Jae Byum takes his car and drives off. He goes straight to the stable where he used to learn horse riding and starts searching for something. After searching a bit, he takes out Won Seok's phone from a box. Just then, he hears Soo-hyun's voice from behind. He had followed him here. Seeing Won Seok's phone in Jae Byum's hand, he starts asking for the phone. Just then, Oh-sung appears from somewhere and hits Soo-hyun hard on the head, making him unconscious. Oh-sung says that he saw Soo-hyun following Jae Byum's car. That's why he followed Soo-hyun and came all the way here. Oh-sung knew that someone had sent Jae Byum a photo of Won Seok's mobile, so he says, Chan-mi must have sent the photo. He says Chan-mi and Soo-hyun must have planned it together. From the conversation between both of them, it is also revealed that Oh-sung knew from a long time ago that Jae Byum was the one who killed Won Seok. Oh-sung says, you should be grateful that until today I haven't told anyone about this. Jae Byum now fully understood why he had killed Won Seok. Actually, after the accident, Jae-byum didn't remember anything. Oh Sung took advantage of this and completely convinced him that Won-seok had pushed him from the building to kill him. To take revenge, Jae-byum had pushed Won-seok out of the classroom window, which caused his death. All this had happened because of Oh-sung. That's why he hadn't told anyone about it. Jae-byum was very angry at Oh-sung, and he deeply regretted that he had taken Won-seok's life. Jae-byum hits him, and they start fighting. Then Chan-mi calls Soo-heon, but the call doesn't go through. That's why Chan-mi becomes very worried. Meanwhile, when Soo-heon regains consciousness, he sees that no one else is there. He somehow returns and tells Chan-mi that Won-seok's phone is with Jae-byum. That means he is the killer. The next day, Chan-mi and Soo-heon go to the police station and tell Detective Jin everything about the previous night. Chan-mi says, Won-seok's phone is with Jae-byum, so he should be arrested and properly investigated. Detective Jin says, without checking the phone, we can't be sure that the phone Jae-byum has is actually Won-seok's, because many people can have the same kind of phone. Detective Jin also tells them that Jae-byum has been missing since morning. His car was found parked near a river by the stables, and the police team is searching for him everywhere. Then the detectives arrive at the stables, and they find some bloodstains. Then, both detectives talk to each other that the situation has become very strange. A few days ago, Jae-byum was searching for the killer with Chan-mi, and now Chan-mi is calling him the killer. In the next scene, we see Chan-mi who comes to meet Oh-sung. She says sorry to Oh-sung because until now, she thought he was the killer. In their conversation, Chan-mi manages to make Oh-sung say that last night at the stables, he was with Jae-byum, and he was the one who hit Soo-heon on the head. Oh-sung says, after hitting Soo-heon, I felt very satisfied. Chan-mi asks him where Jae-byum is hiding, but Oh-sung doesn't answer and starts to leave. Chan-mi stops him and tells him that she has recorded the entire conversation just now. In front of Oh-sung, Chan-mi sends the recording to the detective and calls, saying, arrest him. Oh-sung was at the stable last night and he hit Soo-heon, and now only he can tell where Jae-byum is hiding. Then Detective Jin arrests Oh-sung and asks him about Jae-byum, but Oh-sung doesn't say anything. On the other side, Jae-byum is living in a boat. He has Won-seok's phone in his hand, and he throws the phone into the water. On the other side, Tae-so had changed her look and was living somewhere far away. She calls Chan-mi and Ijin and asks about the case. Then Chan-mi tells her everything, that Jae-byum committed the murder and now he is missing. Then Tae-so goes to a place and sees Jae-byum there. In the next scene, Chan-mi meets Sejun, who had returned from the US. Chan-mi tells him that Jae-byum is the real killer. Then Sejun says, Won-seok and I were dating. He says, once we were kissing in the classroom, and at that moment, Oh-sung saw us and took our photo. Using that photo, he used to blackmail Won-seok and make him do all his dirty work, and that's why all the students used to call Won-seok a bully. Jae-byum tried to save him, then no one knows why he ended up killing him. Over at the police station, it also gets confirmed that the person who went to the shop and killed June, his body shape completely matched Jae-byum's body shape, and so an arrest warrant is issued in Jae-byum's name. In the next scene, we see Chan-mi taking a pistol in her bag and heading out. She meets Soo-heon, and she says, I'm going to Ajin, but she goes straight to Jae-byum, whose location she got from Tae-so. She points the pistol at Jae-byum and shouts, why did you kill my brother? Here, we see a flashback where Won-seok is talking to Chan-mi on a call. At that time, Jae-byum arrives there. Won-seok asks him, you came back from the hospital? How are you feeling now? Jae-byum says, I've come to take revenge for what you did to me. Won-seok gets confused, and before he can say anything, Jae-byum pushes him out the window. Then the flashback ends, and Chan-mi says, after killing my brother, you were pretending to be nice to me. Jae-byum says, I didn't want to do anything like that. I didn't even remember that I had killed Won-seok. A few days ago, everything came back to me, and I realized that all this was done by that other person inside me. Jae-byum feels deep guilt and tells Chan-mi, shoot me. Just then, Jae-byum feels like vomiting and then completely changes. He throws the pistol from Chan-mi's hand and beats her so badly that she faints. When Chan-mi regains consciousness, Jae-byum is sitting in front with the pistol, but now he is not Jae-byum, he is Jae-jun. Chan-mi understands this. She says, Jae-jun, you are already dead. Leave Jae-byum alone. Jae-jun says, I and Jae-byum are the same. Chan-mi says, Jae-byum is not a devil like you. He is a very good person. Jae-jun says, I am the devil, but what do you think? Who made me like this? Then we see a flashback scene where Oh-sung sees the ticket that Jae-byum had bought for Soo-heon. Oh-sung, annoyed, says, you never care about my feelings, and throws the tickets there and leaves. But at that time, his study cafe receipt falls there, which Jae-byum puts in his pocket. Jae-jun says, that day Soo-heon didn't come to play the game, and his phone was also off, so Jae-byum went to his house. There, he saw Soo-hyun going somewhere, so he followed him. That day, Jae-byum shouldn't have followed Soo-hyun, but he did. There, he saw Jun tied up. Jun thought that Jae-byum had done this to him. Jae-byum said, "I didn't hurt you," but he wasn't believing it. Then Jae-byum started to panic, and Jae-jun came out from inside him and killed him. At that moment, Oh-sung's receipt fell from Jae-byum's pocket. Then Jae-jun says to Chon-mi, "I and Jae-byum together killed Jun." Chon-mi says, "Jae-byum is not like you. He is a good person. I trust him completely. Please let Jae-byum go. You are dead. You can't come back now." Hearing all this, Jae-jun starts remembering all the past and leaves. After he leaves, Jae-byum tries to kill himself, but Chon-mi stops him. Jae-byum sits there and starts crying loudly. Then Detective Jin arrives and arrests Jae-byum. On the other side, Soo-hyun is at school when he gets a message from Chon-mi that Jae-byum has confessed everything in front of the police, and she calls him to the rooftop saying that she has to do something about Oh-sung. When Soo-hyun reaches the rooftop, Oh-sung is standing there holding a knife to Ji-hyun's neck. He says to Soo-hyun, "That day you beat me. Now see what I do to you." Then he starts hitting Soo-hyun. Soo-hyun fights back. Then both start fighting, and during this fight, while trying to save himself, Soo-hyun ends up pushing Oh-sung off the rooftop, which causes Oh-sung's death. All the students witness this and also see that Soo-hyun was the one who did it. Then the ambulance comes and takes Oh-sung away. Then the students talk among themselves that now Soo-hyun will have to go to jail. Just then, Min circulates the news that Soo-hyun is the hero who taught a lesson to a rapist like Nam-hak to save her. She says, "Now we all should support Soo-hyun." Then, all the students also find out that Soo-hyun fought Oh-sung to save Ji-hyun, and during that, Oh-sung fell off the rooftop. Soo-hyun didn't do this on purpose. Now everyone finds out everything about Oh-sung and Jae-byum. Then Detective Jin comes to the school and asks everyone about Oh-sung. All the students say the same thing. Oh-sung was alone on the rooftop and he fell by himself. Ji-hyun also says, maybe Oh-sung realized his mistake, that's why he committed suicide. Outside, Detective Jin says to the other detective, if everyone together calls a lie the truth, then it becomes the truth. Then we see a scene from some time later. Graduation had taken place and all the students are very happy getting photos clicked. Soo-hyun had undergone surgery and was now completely fine. He leaves the school because now he wants to enjoy his life. All the students cheer and give him a farewell. When he comes out of the school, Chon-mi is waiting for him. Soo-hyun comes out, and then both of them hold each other's hands and leave from there. And this drama ends here.